Hello, everyone. Welcome to our financial mini lecture. Let's start with a thought experiment. Imagine you are a merchant 1,000 years ago, carrying exquisite Chinese silk to a market on the island of Java. You want to trade your silk for spices, but the spice owner only wants porcelain. So you have to first find someone who has porcelain and also wants silk. Trade your silk for porcelain, and then find the person who has the spices and wants porcelain. Think about it. Why is this trading method so complicated? In our modern life, we no longer have to go through such convoluted transactions. What makes this possible? Exactly. We need something that everyone is willing to accept as a common middleman in exchange. And the solution to this problem is money, which has already permeated every aspect of our daily lives. Today, we will unveil the mystery of money, explore how its forms have evolved, and examine the core essence of money. The evolution of money is not only a condensed history of economic development but also a vivid testament to technological progress. The form of money refers to the type of material used to serve as money. Looking at the development of money throughout history, many different kinds of items have once served as money. Broadly speaking, we can divide this evolution into several stages. Stage 1. Commodity money. In this stage, anything could be money. Originally, people selected items from their daily lives that were precious and widely needed to serve as money. In China, it was seashells. In ancient Thailand, there was bullet silver. In the Philippines, small piloncito gold beads once circulated. These items had intrinsic value as goods themselves. However, there were obvious problems. They were difficult to divide, inconvenient to carry, and prone to damage. Stage 2. Metal money. Through experience, people discovered materials better suited for money, metals. Coins made of gold, silver, and copper entered the stage of history. They had stable intrinsic value, were easy to divide, and convenient to mint. In China, the round coins with square holes were used for over 2,000 years. The Spanish silver dollar once served as a global hard currency in international trade. Metal money greatly facilitated large-scale and long-distance commercial activities. However, imagine carrying a chest full of gold and silver for international business. Would it be safe? Would it be convenient? Stage 3. Credit money. Over 1,000 years ago, during the Song dynasty, the jiaozi appeared. Merchants could deposit heavy metal coins in specialized shops and receive a lightweight certificate recording the amount, which could be redeemed for coins later. This certificate had no intrinsic value itself, but it was widely accepted for transactions because it relied on the credibility and redemption promise of the issuing shop. As a result, the jiaozi became one of the earliest forms of credit money in the world. Take paper money as an example. It is just a piece of paper, and its value comes from the credit of the issuer. In the era of credit money, the currencies we use today, CNY, THB, BND, USD, etc., are all legal tender based on national credit and guaranteed by law. Stage 4. Electronic money. With the advent of the information age, the form of money has undergone another revolutionary leap. Bank cards, online banking, and mobile payments have gradually ushered us into the era of electronic money. In China, Alipay and WeChat Pay have drastically changed our daily lives. In Southeast Asia, GoPay, GrabPay, and other e-wallets have quickly become popular. Thailand's Prompt Pay enjoys extremely high adoption. Singapore's Pay Now allows instant transfers. Even more noteworthy is central bank digital currency, CBDC. China's eCNY is a global frontrunner. Unlike the digital balances in Alipay, it is state-issued digital cash with legal tender status, combining the legitimacy of paper currency with the convenience and efficiency of digital money. It represents the next stage in the evolution of money. From shells to digital currency, the form of money has changed dramatically. But here's the question: no matter how its form changes, has its core, essential function changed? Money is a special commodity that consistently serves as a general equivalent. This is the essence of money. Let's break down this statement. General equivalent. Equivalent means it measures value. General means it is universally accepted. Money acts like a universal, measuring stick of value, allowing all goods to be measured and priced. For example, a cup of milk tea costs 15 Chinese yuan. As a widely recognized medium of exchange, money can be used to trade almost anything, solving the complicated transaction problems we discussed at the beginning. Special commodity. It emerges from ordinary goods, such as cattle, sheep, or shells, and becomes special once it serves as money. People seek it not for direct consumption, but to use it to exchange for other goods and services they need. Thus, although the form of money has evolved rapidly, its traditional core functions as a measure of value and a medium of exchange have remained unchanged for centuries. It has even developed additional functions, such as serving as a means of payment and a store of value. Now, let's use an example that spans 1,000 years to connect the form and essence of money. This is pu'er tea from Yunnan, seeking to realize its value. In the era of commodity money, money could be salt, shells, or tea bricks. To trade tea for a horse, both parties needed a high level of agreement on the value of tea and the horse, and coincidentally, each had to want what the other offered, otherwise, the trade could not happen. The lack of a unified measure of value made transactions inefficient. In the era of metal money, tea had a clear price tag, 2 taels of silver. Anyone holding silver, whether or not they needed tea, could purchase it, confident that silver could be exchanged for any other goods. Silver, as a general equivalent, made transactions much simpler. In the era of credit money, tea is sold at international tea auctions, priced in USD, and traded globally. Buyers no longer pay with physical dollars, but with digital balances in bank accounts. National credit and the international banking system support this cross-ocean transaction. In the era of digital currency, we can complete transactions directly using the digital renminbi for cross-border payments, with instant settlement and lower costs. Transactions are traceable, allowing us to know the full path of the digital currency, where it came from, through whom, and where it goes, and it cannot be tampered with. Although the form of money has become digital code, its core functions of measuring the value of tea and facilitating circulation remain completely unchanged. The 1,000-year story of this tea shows us that, while the form of money changes due to technology and credit systems, its essence as a general equivalent has always been the cornerstone of economic activity. Alright, let's recap today's lesson. The form of money changes, from commodity money to metal money, then to credit money, and now to electronic and digital money. The essence of money remains unchanged. At its core, it is always a special commodity that serves as a general equivalent, performing the basic functions of a measure of value and a medium of exchange. Money is abstracted from concrete goods, transforming into an intangible social consensus and credit system, which has greatly propelled the progress of civilization. Understanding both its forms and essence helps us better comprehend the economic world we live in. Thank you for watching. See you next time.